Spitting bars.
Oh, you got the freestyle flow?
Yo.
Do it.
Yo. I'm sitting on the sofa. About to do a interview. Yeah, let me tell you my point of view. What? Because that's what I do.
That's it?
And that's what I got. And I'm going to stop. Yeah.
Hit me with that freestyle.
That
freestyle. The kid going wild, sitting on the couch. He wearing that Mariners blouse or t-shirt jersey. But I'm wearing the Evo jersey. 2016, you heard me. Yeah, man.
You heard me.
He saw the legend, the myth, the man, Mike Ross. He used to be the Street Fighter boss. Now he looked like he just survived the FGC Holocaust. All right, we'll stop.
That's bad.
Those are the parts that won't make it in there. Follow me along. Alright, podcast and stuff. We just started. Who am I here with today?
Who indeed?
Yeah. Man got the hat, so people ain't even gonna believe it. They ain't gonna believe this.
They ain't gonna believe it.
They're gonna see North Face. Like, I could be anybody from New York, man.
You gotta hear. Right, I gotta wear it like this. This is how people see me all the time. Gotta put my other hat on.
Who is? I like to have guests say their name.
All right. I guess, however, we're going to start this. My name is Ernesto Lopez Jr.
Boom.
A.K.A. Ernesto Comedy from YouTube. I was a stand-up comic for about 9 years, then became an FGC personality. I've been doing YouTube for like the last, maybe 5 years. But I didn't really concentrate on it until like literally the last 2 years. And it didn't take off until like the last 3 months, like maybe 3-4 months.
So you telling me hashtag overnight success?
That's what it sounds like. And see, you know what's funny is a lot of people are making these comments now. Like these people, man, Ernesto's shit took off overnight. It was like, no, we didn't. It seems like it did because the numbers boomed overnight. Like it was like
you got hot recently.
Right.
But for the world, that's called overnight.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah. See, because I was doing these comedy sketch videos, FGC and other ones like that, and it would get some hits. The most I ever got was like maybe 20,000 or something like that. And to me, that was a big deal. Still is actually.
Yeah.
That was far and in between. Most of mine were getting like 1,000, stuff like that, And then I would make one a week. So I did that for like a couple of years, trying to figure out why my stuff's not taking off, because I was just being lazy, to be honest with you. I wasn't doing no research. I wasn't doing the hustle. And then I got laid off about 3-4 months ago, and I figured, you know what, like, why don't I, if I'm gonna do this, why don't I put everything I have into it? And then literally once I did that, like,
things changed.
It like almost immediately. Like once I spent like, I did 1 week where I said bam, 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 like just like 4, and it just skyrocketed. Button Check came by accident. Like Bogus Journeys came from Excellent Adventures, which is Event Hubs did an article on us, and we did it as a tribute to them. Really, we were like, fuck it, because a lot of people were asking us to do a type of show like that.
I remember that.
So it's like, all right, let's do it, and we'll kind of change it as we go along, which we're still in the middle of doing. And people loved it. I was like, this is it, man. They sent us all this artwork and stuff like that. So I was like, this is awesome. Button Check, that whole Mike Ross thing happened where he went on our Kappa or whatever, and he started blasting Street Fighter and all that. I just said,
I saw your video on that.
You know what? I'm just going to talk about it. It wasn't Button Check. It was just me talking to a camera.
Yeah.
And I got like 60,000 views, and I was like, whoa. What the hell is this all about? And then that whole Mena Kappa thing happened. So I talked about that. It's another one. And I was like, yo, there's something to this thing right here, right? And then at the same time, I was doing like these tweet, like anytime a character was revealed, I would do what the pros think about it and show their tweets.
Yeah.
And I noticed when I did those were starting to get hits too, and I did them about the same time. So I put them together, and I was like, man, let me see what happens if I just put it together. And then instant, people were like, I love this shit, I love this shit, I love this shit. And then it took me about maybe 3 weeks or 4 weeks to notice that this was a show. And I was like, all right, now I want you guys to name the show. They named it, but there was a bunch of names. I chose a winner, gave him a prize, and we named it Button Check. As soon as that happened, some dude from New Zealand contacted me. He was like, I love the show so much. I'm a music producer. Let me do the intro. He did the intro. So now the intro you hear for Button Check and Bogus is his. His name's Buddha. And dude, just like, it was an honor if you let me do it. I was like, an honor? What are you talking about, bro? Like, what are you really talking about? And he did it. Now he's working on a whole track for us and stuff like that to like extend it because people have been requesting the whole song.
Yeah.
Because they like the intro so much.
He's like, that is the whole song.
Yeah.
he's like what are you talking about?
So it's been a whole thing that's why it seems overnight, because like the last 3 months, all this has happened. Like these numbers, I literally got maybe 12,000 subscribers in like the last 3 months. Like, and then since I went to Evo, I got another 1,000. So it's like when I went to Evo, I was 15,000. Now today I got 16,000. So, and then I looked right now, it's like 16,200. So it's like constantly like boom, boom, boom. And that's what pushes me to not stop, because now I can see it.
Because now it's working, yeah.
Yeah, now I'm like, oh shit, I broke through.
Yeah.
And now people are, for the first time ever, people are like, hey, we want to give you stuff. Hey, we want to give you stuff if you just work with us somehow, if you just mention our name. Like, I got a box of shirts coming right now from this guy just because he wants me to give him a shout out.
Damn.
And that's never happened for me. You know, before I used to be like, hey, please let me work.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Now it's reverse. So it's like, I just went to Evo because of that. These guys sent me because they want me to work with them. You know, I'm gonna get 2 fight sticks in the mail. They ship, I think, today because they want me to test them out. So it's like,
damn,
these things that I've been wishing for so long are finally happening, and I got such a hard on for it. I'm just like, I'm ready. I'm ready, man. I'm ready. I'm ready to bang this out. Like, I'm so ready, man. Like, I'm tired, but I'm so ready, dude.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like,
No, I hear it in the voice.
Yeah. I'm tired, dude. I woke up
getting that gutexitis.
Yeah. It's what it is, bro. It's like, there's some days where I'm just like, of course, all geared up. Don't get me wrong, I'm geared up every day.
Oh, for sure.
But there's some days where I'm like, today, I was in the meeting today, like dying, bro. I was telling him, please excuse me. I know I probably seem zombied out, but I'm really enjoying this right now. But I just feel like drained. I've been up since, I think, a little bit before 5 today, like editing and all that, because I like to get my videos out by 8:30 the latest, because that's when it works for me.
I think
so,
the one up today was like around 7ish, right? Or I feel like I saw it like 7:30. It's like it was flash.
Yeah, it was. I was
doing yoga. And I was like, damn, this guy put out another video. I was like, what the hell?
I put out 2 yesterday. I did one. I should have released that shit today, but I thought about it. I was like, why did I do that? But I'm just trying to like kick out everything I can, because I did one yesterday morning. I got another idea for one last night, so I released it last night.
Okay.
But that one took off too. Like, I was thinking, I might not, like, because it's a late. No, it got over 10,000 now. So I'm like, yo.
Yeah, if you got music people doing stuff for you in New Zealand, they up at the time you tired.
Oh yeah, word up, yeah.
24-hour cycle, man.
That's the biggest blessing, dude. I got people DMing me, yo, Puerto Rican, I'm this, I'm that.
Shout out Puerto Rico.
Much love from
Puerto Rican.
You are?
Yeah,
oh,
Bronx,
right on,
Bronx, Puerto Rican, yeah.
So, right on, man. I'm just like, yo, how are they're not even in America, and they messaging me like, we love your shit out here, and I'm like, yo, this is fucking bonkers, bro.
Yeah, man.
I'm just a guy, like, you know what's up.
Yeah.
We're just guys in our living room on the mic, you know what I'm saying? And people are like, yo, you that motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? Like, Capri. Those of you here, that's my daughter in the background. Hey, Capri, go in the room, baby, you're too loud. That's the price of being a parent. And and trying to do anything creative, they cock block that stuff all the time. It's very hard.
They want the attention, man. You can't get it. No, like, I want your 16,000.
Yeah, there's a lot of times when I'm feeling butt check, and she'll just creep in the room in the corner. She'll just like look at me because she knows what I'm doing.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's funny because every time she sees all this, she's like, she wants to say mic check, mic check. So she'll come in the room and be like, mic check, mic check. I'm like, all right, come in here. You can.
So every time you cut, you're not even doing editing. You're just getting her out. You just cutting her from the video.
Dude, there is so many times. There is so many times where I think to myself, should I leave that in? Because that was kind of cute right there. Like, that was kind of funny. But most times I take it out because I don't like.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't have a problem filming my kids because I abuse my kids a lot because, you know, they have lines and stuff in a lot of my videos. But for the baby, it's kind of different. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes I don't feel like leaving her in just because I feel like, oh no, I just don't want people knowing too much.
For sure.
Sometimes, you know, it just depends on the way things
Especially as
go.
it gets bigger, it's like you got to make that divide.
Yeah.
How much you want them to know versus your life.
That's the thing is I'm super open, so I'm not used to that. Like
But like, is everybody else super open? Like your family, you know? Like
Exactly. Yeah. My wife is not. She's more private. She's more like, don't. And how many times like when she found out you were coming over, the first thing she asked me was the house clean. You better not let him in there if you didn't clean the house, because she don't want nobody thinking we're slobs. I mean, but that's natural, you know, especially for women.
Yeah.
It's like, no, don't worry, it looks decent. Like we're you know, it's all good. I'm so used to like people DM me, like, you know, we've talked.
Yeah.
And I always respond. I don't be like, I don't want to talk to you. You know, like sometimes they DM me stupid shit. Like sometimes like they literally send me pictures of assholes and stuff. I'm like, what are you doing,
that's
bro?
That's a good sign. I mean, obviously it's not your dream or nothing, but I mean, like, from what I've seen people going, that's a thing. So that's probably a good sign.
Yeah. It's just like sometimes they're just trolling, but sometimes like they legit just think it's funny and they're like, hey, I want to share this asshole with you. And I'm like, all right, thanks for thinking of me.
Let me tell you something though. Don't ask for it. Don't ever ask for it, because they will send it. Like if you're getting it like without asking for it,
right?
They will send like a mass of it. You know, like if you were, they're like waiting there. They're waiting there with their phone. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even.
I'm ready. I'm locked and loaded, bro.
They're like, he hasn't asked yet, so I ain't that dude. But the minute he says,
that's. And people have like, I really, you know, it's this illusion. People don't. It's one of those things, like I remember when I used to talk to Mike and I really had no idea, because he was already at that level. So I had no idea what he was going through on his side as far as like responding to people, keeping up. Because I used to watch their shit and I'd be like, they never respond to any comments. Yeah. Like they don't really do that. And I used to think like, why not? Like, why don't you guys do that shit? You know? And meanwhile, I was getting like 20 comments a video, you know what I'm saying? So it's easy. Yeah. These guys are getting like thousands of comments a video. Like, now that I'm getting that, I see how hard it is. So I'm like, holy shit, it's damn near impossible. Matter of fact, it probably is impossible unless you got a team of people. So I'm trying my heart, because that's what I was known for. A lot of people are like, yo, we love that you do that, man. You're keeping it real. I'm like, yeah, I love talking to you guys. Now it's fucking almost, I'm just like scrolling, and it's such a beautiful problem to have.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You just feel bad because every now and then you'll find one where these people are actually trying to talk to you. And they're like people that were there from the jump. Like, hey, yo, it's Eddie, man. Hey, yo, just wanted to see, and they asked me a question. I'm like, fuck, that was a week ago. I didn't see that. And now I feel like an asshole. And I think like, oh, man, I hope they don't think I'm ignorant. You know what I'm saying? It's this whole thing.
Maybe in the future, maybe, especially since you're going to do daily content, maybe you could have like Ask Me days or something.
You know what? That would be dope.
Yeah.
Maybe I could. Oh shit!
Yeah, man.
Dude, it's bored right here. Maybe I could do that tomorrow.
Yeah, there you go. He's like, I do need one tomorrow.
Oh shit! I'm gonna tweet, motherfucker. I'm gonna tweet. I'm gonna get. This is what I'm gonna do.
Do it right now. You see that live in action.
This is what I'm gonna do.
It's how the man.
What
makes
I'll
the
do
ideas.
is I'll get on my my YouTube. I'll get on. I'll post a message on there. I'll post a message. Put it all social media, and I'll be like, hey, yo, tomorrow's video is Ask Me Anything.
It was the personalities that got me into the whole FGC as a whole. And I don't want to go too far down this, because I like hearing your stuff. And like, everybody's heard me. All I do is bitch at everything. With esports, I feel like some of those personalities have been tempered. You know?
Oh yeah.
But I just felt like the people I used to like. I don't want to name the names, but you know, like now just to play ball, you know. They gotta act a little bit more PC, you know, a little bit more nicer, which is, you know, part of it, I guess. But
I feel you, man. Like, who got me in it? My cousin, Ernesto Lopez, the guy that does Bogus Journeys. That fool had been in FGC forever. Little did I know, I played Street Fighter since day fucking one.
Yeah.
But I never knew there was an FGC. I just played at the house, and I thought I was the best in the world.
You want to hear how ignorant I was? I'm growing up in the Bronx, and like, there's no. We didn't know the power of the internet like this, but around like finally when I'm in high school, maybe like 2000 is start hearing of this dude Justin Wong, but I hear him on Shoryuken. I never put it together. Chinatown was a fucking train ride away, and that could have changed my life, because then I would have gotten beat by all those guys, but that might have made me better, and who knows where I'd be. I would have joined the Empire and then hated like everybody else, you know.
Join the Empire.
Yeah, man. Everybody was part of the arc back then, you know?
Yeah, they were, man. I remember watching a documentary on that shit. I'd be like, yo.
I actually took a Skype call with that guy, with Triforce, really? Because I do this music stuff for Red Bull. It's only like light contract work. But he saw that in my name, and he immediately started messaging me like, yo, I'm doing another doc. And like, I told him I do music. It's like, oh, yo, we can get you music in there. But I'm like, dude, you don't understand. Like, I'm nobody on the totem pole. I don't know what you want me to do with this. But he was like, he wasn't taking no for an answer.
He was like, yo, do
you
something
give this
for
to
me.
your boss, and your boss's boss will take it to whoever. And I'm like, dude, it ain't like that. But man, he went hard for like 20 minutes.
He seems like that kind of guy, man.
He is.
He really does. Like, he's gonna get his hustle on and try to do what the hell he can.
It's amazing too, because like nothing has knocked his belief. Like, the Empire is still a thing for him, even though like it isn't a thing for fighting games anymore. But like,
yeah,
he's still doing it. Like, I'll still see him on Twitch with like one viewer. Like
yeah.
So that dude, I'm not even hating. I'm dead ass saying like he'll do that, you know. Like but and then he lately I'll stop. But I mean, I'll stop. I want to turn this to a Triforce session. But yeah, like who knows what could happen.
I remember Rick, that's Dirty Low. He got me. He kept telling me, "Oh, you don't know shit about Street Fighter. You know about shit. You know about the meta." And I'll be like, "Shut up, dude. I'll beat your ass." And we would go play him. And little did I know, this dude was in it before the internet existed. And one day he turned us on to these videos, and it was like, man, I think it was Dominion. And I was like, because I play Guile. Yeah. And I was like, I thought,
which number Street Fighter is this?
Street Fighter 4.
Okay, 4.
Yeah, right. And I thought, because I wasn't a fan of Third Strike. Like, I was Street Fighter 2 all the way. I played Turbo. When Third Strike came out, Guile wasn't in it. Yeah, so I was like,
Remy wasn't your thing?
Fucking Remy? Yeah. I was like, this is like a fucking, what kind of Guile is this? You know, my old school thinking was like, this is not Guile. This is a piece of shit.
You don't like this hipster?
No.
Like
no. It's like, what is this shit, man? This hipster Guile. And I started playing Ken in Third Strike.
Yeah.
But all in all, it just didn't appeal to me. So I deaded it. I was like, you know what? I guess I'm not a gamer anymore. So I literally did not even play
Third Strike was
games.
so bad. You were like, I'm not a gamer no more, let alone fighting games.
Real talk. It just turned me off so bad. Street Fighter, a lot of people say, oh, you're a gamer? And I'm like, well, I play one game. So if you want to call me that, because I literally don't. Most people are like, have all the shit.
Yeah.
I play one game, bro. Now, because of what I do, I play more, obviously.
Yeah.
But back then, I just played Street Fighter. Just Street Fighter. I didn't give a shit about any games. So it was just Street Fighter for me. So when that happened, I was like, all right, I guess I'm not a gamer no more. So about that same time, I started stand-up comedy. So I just, I just did that. Happened? And I wish I would have had that, because I was so alone in my hotel rooms. I could have been gaming the whole time. You know what I'm saying? So I could have been doing so much cool shit with stand-up comedy, but I didn't know. So after when I started getting out of stand-up comedy, I think it was like, man, Ultra Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition or something like that just dropped.
Oh, near the end.
Near the end. And I was like, Guile fucking sucks in this game. Like, he sucks, right? And I liked the way Ultra looked, but I didn't understand it. And then I saw fucking Dominion and Knuckle, this little ass kid that nobody knew, called Knuckle Dude. And I was like, holy shit. Guile's this good? Like, holy shit. So I started labbing the shit. And then I started watching every documentary, everything. And that's when I was like fascinated with it. Like Justin Wong, Triforce, all these guys, fucking Gutex. Gutex was a young ass kid. He wasn't doing that. And I was just like, yo, this is fucking cool. This is amazing. And then this thing called Evo. And I remember the first time I watched Evo was like on my laptop. And I was so fucking fascinated, bro. I was just like, this is amazing. There's a whole movement for this game. This game was my everything. I just ditched high school to play this, like the first Street Fighter, like not the first Street Fighter, it was like Turbo or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Because there was an arcade across the street from my school. I'd go and I wouldn't go back to school. And I would just stay gone. Because, back then we didn't have internet and emails and shit like that. They had to catch your ass, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, I was just a little punk ass kid playing this game that I loved. And I out of everybody in my family and my friends, that was my game. And people were just like, it's all right. But to me, I was like, nah, I'm the best in the world. And you can't, I literally thought I was the fucking best. Because back then, you only played the kids on your block.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was it.
Yeah.
And then and then maybe there was one kid that you were like, oh, he's the best. You know what I'm saying? And then you go to a real tournament and you see what's really up. And you're like, holy shit.
Especially back then, yeah.
There's a whole. So anyway, I decided one day I'd put it all together, the stand-up comedy, the FGC, and that's when I started doing the FGC comedy sketches, and they instantly took off. The only problem with that is...
So is that before? Because the first time I heard of you is in Absolute Battle, so is that before?
It was
like
before
hosting?
That. It was before that, because that's how I got that.
Okay.
What happened is I started doing that, right? And I posted one called like 30... It was like Well, the first one was my girlfriend versus Street Fighter, and that was basically me and my wife. Like I was trying to play, and she, you know how it is. Like you're trying to play, people keep, if somebody's there, especially like your girl, they keep interrupting, like walking, like hey, like keep like bothering you, and I'm trying to get some sets in, you know, like so it was like that, and it took off. It got like maybe 8,000 hits, and for me that was tremendous. So I was like, yo, there's something to this. So I literally did this whole kind of like spamming people with my videos because I was just excited that people were like paying attention to it. Then the follow-up one was like 30 things Street Fighter players say while playing Street Fighter kind of thing. It took off. They put it on Event Hubs. I didn't even know what fucking Event Hubs was. And then people were calling me like, yo, you're on Event Hubs, bro. And I'm like, what's that? You don't know what it's this thing. And that was my introduction to Event Hubs. After that, man, Event Hubs featured like probably 15 of my shit on Event Hubs that like boom, 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 boom within the year. And I was just geeking out like, holy shit. People are like, James Shin, Alex Valle, like the guys at Super Arcade, like they were like giving me love. And they were like, who's this Ernesto Lopez cat? He's funny as shit, right? And I just really enjoyed it. I was like, yo, and even though I got all that love, this was like, it was like cool ass love. Even Justin Wong was like reaching out to me. The numbers didn't go up. Yeah. So that's where I was like, why is this not doing anything? I feel like it's love, but that even Absolute Battle, those guys, I happened to go to a D-Town Beatdown. Panda interviewed me and he was like, I love your shit. The owner was like, hey, maybe we could work something out. Turns out those are some of my best friends now. And I started hosting their tournaments. But it all started from those comedy videos. Bogus and Button Check wasn't even a thing back then. But the numbers never went up. So that's why I was like, yo, I stayed at 4,000 subscribers forever. Forever, man. I had no idea.
Do you think some of that is maybe us being Texas?
I think it was because at that time, Texas was known as a free state. Well, I'm going to say Dallas was known as a free state. Yeah. They always said Austin was better. They always said Houston, San Antonio. Everybody was better than us at the game. Like anytime we had a tournament, we had some players, but we would never really do much. Like we weren't known as like a strong, spot for the longest time in Ultra, that is. We had a couple tournaments, but there was no esports. Esports changed the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially Dallas. Now because of esports, Dallas has probably the strongest players in Texas. Not to say there's no stronger players everywhere. You still got Broly and Chacablanca, those Casablanca, those guys are amazing. But all in all, like the Dallas scene, these guys are like killers now.
I almost felt like even back then when this was all starting, just because I saw the way the Texas scene paid attention to Absolute Battle, like that was almost like the Texas congregation getting together, Right. So like even whether that city was the shit at that point for it, it was still like, this is where we go. This is where we go to meet.
It was, man.
Like not Austin, definitely not San Antonio.
It was, dude. My first Absolute Battle was the greatest thing ever. It was hype. We had the money match between Tommy Guns. It was Absolute Battle 6.
So yeah. So I don't know if that's the first one I watched. I watched him at stream, but we ended up so I ended up doing a podcast around that time, similar to, Efren?
Yeah.
In Austin, he does a best of 5 and all that.
That's my dude.
Around when the time he started, I was doing like a mad scuff one on Twitch and one of my friends who's not my friend anymore for FGC drama, but he started reaching out to people and those guys started saying yes, and he was one of them. Yeah, like not Tommy Guns, but the crack fiend.
Crack fiend. Yeah. Crack fiend flew over here. Just for that.
And didn't even enter the tournament.
It was so gangster. It was so gangster, bro. Because I was drawn to the FT. I'm the kind of guy, you can probably tell in my video, I love the hype. I love when I'm on the mic and I'm at an event, I'm the guy jumping up and down. I'm the guy like that's why I really like Yipes, because I like that style. I love hype. If it's not hype, it's not FGC to me. Yeah. It's not. Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong. We could all shake hands at the end, but I'm all for the trash talk. I'm all, that's why you watch it.
Those commentators spoiled me, man. Like, cause now if I don't get that, some of my commentators, whether they're good or not, I'm kind of bored. Like, very Yipes biased. I'm very Matrix biased. I'm very
You need that.
You like the Pai Li Chung.
Yeah.
Tasty Steve.
They were both there. That was
Eris,
dope. At Evo this year. Everybody at home was watching James Shin and Seth. But everybody that was at the event had Yipes in Lee Chung. they were on the mics walking around the audience like,
Damn.
yo, hey, oh shit, yo. They were like talking like they were at next level.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like,
which is rare.
Yeah, and this was a stadium, bro.
Yeah.
So I'm like watching the commentators talking to the TV, and I'm right here watching Yipes, and I'm like, that's what I want to do. Like that's my next goal. Like every time I see something new, I'm like, okay, I want to do that next year. I want to do this. I want to do that. That's what I want to do now. Like
Well, you got to do some of that on Saturday, right?
yeah.
Bar fights. Yeah.
But eventually I wanted to lead to like, I'm the one, I just want bigger, because I know one day I'm not gonna be able to do anything. So by the time I'm done, I want to be like, I did everything I could.
Rinse the sponge.
Yeah, just there's nothing coming out. There's nothing coming out.
Yeah.
And I'm done, son. But for now, I feel like my ride is just starting, which is it's very interesting, man, because I have like a reverse story. Like a lot of people don't know I'm 40 years old. So it's like a lot of cats, Gutex, these fools are all younger than me. None of them know that though, because I don't promote.
You look young, dude.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I did not know he's
I
gonna be
appreciate
40.
that, yo. I don't ever talk about my age. I don't ever talk about my age because I don't want it to be a factor. Like
this is why you're doing it now, because no one's gonna see it. So
shit. No. Like real talk. I told Mike that. Mike Ross came up to me at Evo and he was like, yeah, I think I just had a midlife crisis, bro. He was like opening up to me, right?
Yeah.
Maybe I just think I had a midlife crisis at 32. And I go, hey, yo. I was like, maybe you are going through some tough shit. I was like, but check it. I'm fucking 40 years old. And Mike
did he just go like, oh, I'm
Mike,
good? Did he just go like,
Mike never knew my age.
Yeah.
He never knew my age. We never talked about that.
Yeah.
He was like, what the fuck? Are you serious? Like, he goes, damn, man, that gives me so much. Damn, that helps me out. He was like, that gives me something to look forward to, man. I was like, yo, all these cats. Because, you know, when you're 20, 30 is old as shit, right?
Yeah,
and then you get 30.
So
you get 30
it.
and you look at 40 and you're like, oh, fuck, I don't want to get that 40.
Yeah.
Now I'm looking at 50 like, holy shit, what am I going to do at 50? You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to be doing this, you know? That's what I say now anyway.
Yeah.
But to me, a lot of people think I'm like 30, 28, like around there, right?
Yeah, that would be my guess.
I just let them think it. And I'm like, I'm just going to, as long as this energy and everything keeps going, we're good.
You're going to be the 2 Chainz of the FGC.
That's why.
You're going to be the 2 Chainz.
That's the ironic thing, bro. Is all these cats are looking at me like, oh, Nesto's, he's the new thing. He's that young blood. He's that new thing that the FGC, and little did they know, I'm the old blood that just wearing a new blood hat. Like, I just got that new blood energy. And I always have. Like, that's how my life has been. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, to me, life is boring if I'm not like that. That's the reason why my son's like that, because our whole household, you should see us when we play. All we do is talk shit to each other and hype each other up. And that's my whole family. Like, we all play Street Fighter. Like me, Rick, Rick's brother, my son, their friend, like we all come together and we've been doing that for years. And then we're a family like a Street Fighter player. So it's like
I'm gonna cut that. That'll be like a snippet. And but I'm gonna put like some Photoshop tears like the Momochi, like I met my wife. And it's like Street Fighter keeps the family together.
It does. You know, like my poor wife, like now she knows how to deal with it. Like before she did it, she was like, I don't really know how I'm supposed to do, because we played all the time, bro. Now she knows what's up. Like she got her routines, and like it's funny. She'll play Minecraft or something like that. But it's all our spouses, dude. Rick's girlfriend, my cousin Sam, his girlfriend, my wife. All our partners know what time it is. Like they all think we're nerds. They all think we're super ass nerds, and we're like, it is what it is. We're like, hey, this is like our football. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't do sports. Like we do this. So normally guys would be like, what, Sundays, or they go to
Sunday's
the game.
Man Day or something.
Yeah. So, this is what we do. Our Evo was the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it just kind of took the place of sports. But now they know pretty much about everything about the game and the players because of us. If I say like Knuckle Do or anything, my wife knows exactly who that is. Or she probably met them, so she knows what time it is. Yeah. It's a beautiful thing, man. I had a setup when she was born at the hospital, and my wife was cool with that. Like we were watching fucking, I think it was Canada Cup or some shit like that. And my wife was right there holding her breastfeeding. She just had her, right? Yeah. And we're right there recording a video, and I'm like, yo, this is what's up. I could never do this if I didn't have somebody that supported me like you. Yeah. Like never, bro. So
that's right.
It's a weird,
that's Mary J. Blige, real love right there.
It's a weird, beautiful thing. But I have that thought in the back of my head. To me, age has never played never, ever in my life has played a factor. Because I always believed that you're only as old as you feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, straight up. So I've always had a young ass life. Like, my first job, I was a break dancer. Like, I was a b-boy? I was b-boy for like 10 years, bro. I used to teach it here in Texas.
Oh, shit.
I'm from Cali. So we did it out there. And then when I got here, I did it out here. And these people hired me to do it for the school. So I was doing it like South Dallas, like all the old schools and stuff. And I just taught fucking hip hop.
Yeah.
Right after hip hop, I became a stand-up comedian. And the transition was like weird, but it was like something I always wanted to do. Right towards the end of that, I became a YouTuber. So it was like I always had these neighborhood kid. I always had these jobs that were like not real jobs. You know what I'm saying? Like, it kept me young.
Yeah.
I always had these jobs that like were like, you know what I'm saying, that just like were fun. Now, granted, I had to work part-time. I've always worked on the side to get that real money. But I feel like my lifestyle kept me young. So now that I'm 40, I don't feel 40, like, at all. Like, the only time I feel 40 is when these kids come up to me. Like, I have a son. My son is 15. I have a 15-year-old son. When he comes up to me, he's like, "Hey, Dad, you old as hell." You know what I'm saying? When he comes up to me, he makes me feel old as shit. But besides that, I don't feel old, dude. I feel good, and I feel like I look at these young cats like Gutex and all them, and these guys are just burnt. Bless you, baby. These guys are burnt.
They had to build it, man.
But that's the thing.
They had to build.
That's the thing. What I'm doing now, they have already been doing for like a decade. You know what I'm saying? They've already been doing for like a decade. So I'm just getting started.
No, but I was just saying, like, Gutex the way he's been talking he was talking a lot of those concepts.
Yeah.
Way before there was any type of fruition or like reality comes. So like, he had to almost probably believe twice as much as anybody else, you know, and that shit takes a lot of energy.
Yeah.
You know, like, I will say this too, because I did get on a little baby shitting on Triforce. Like, a lot of the stuff he said also has come to fruition.
Yeah.
Except for like Empire being successful. But I mean, like, everything else, you know, like esports as a whole and like certain companies doing certain things. So
you know what's funny is I remember that. I remember when he would came out and like on those documentaries I would watch him.
Yeah.
He was always talking about that. He was talking about like esports. He was talking about sponsors. He
like
was
a
talking
prophet.
About,
he was like an FGC prophet.
He was always talking about that, bro. And I meant to bring that up to him, like, yo, you were fucking ready for that shit. That's why.
You gonna bring out that might be like make him depressed and shit because he didn't get to. He was like, I always forget if it's Abraham or Moses who got to go to the mountain, but you don't get to like partake in that shit. You know, you get to see it, but you don't get to partake in it.
Right? Like, yo, like
he almost. I don't know if he created the first esports team, but definitely for FGC. You know what I mean? Like. That concept is happening now, right? Echo Fox, freaking Daigo. Daigo has his own team, you know what I mean? With the Psy Games, or is that what they're called? Psy Games or Psy Beast or something like that?
Yeah. I saw it over there. I think it was like Psy Games or something.
Yeah, so like all these teams are popping up or so like, and that's essentially what he was doing, but just the bootleg version, you know? He's just trying to manifest it himself, you know?
I had always, that's why it was like, it's funny because I've always looked up to them like for what they did and how good, because at one point he was a competitor and how good they were at the game. And I've always just admired people that I've always admired people that could do what they love for a living. You know, like I always like, how do you do that shit? Because most people, the way society is now, is like you just have to get a job and you have to work and you can't do anything else.
Yeah.
You know, that's the way that life teaches us. It's like you go to school, you go to college, you get kids, and you get a job. Like, and it don't have to be a job you like. You just get a fucking job and you pay the bills. And when you go to school, they don't teach you about doing passion or nothing like that. They just teach you like, okay, we'll be an accountant. You know, not to say that stuff is bad, but that's what they teach you.
Yeah.
I'm teaching my kids now about passion because school doesn't teach that to kids, you know? So it's like, I think I'm probably one of the only parents that I know of where my kids are like, well, it's college. And I look at them like, but do you want to go to college?
Yeah.
And then they're like, because their mom's over here telling them they have to.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, but what do you want to do? I was like, right now, you're about to get to high school. You need to start thinking about what your passion is and what you would really like to do. Yeah, I'm not saying don't go to college, but I'm saying think about what you really want to do, because you could save a whole lot of time and money if you start while you're young. Me, I did it a little later in life. I just started doing this like 26. So I'm like, there's a big difference. So anytime I see an entrepreneur, an entertainer, basically anybody that can do what they love, I don't give a damn if it's mowing lawns or whatever, but they're doing it and they're paying rent. Yeah. That blows my mind, dude. Yeah, that blows my mind. Like, wait, what do you do for a living? Like, oh, well, I make t-shirts. I'm like, what the fuck? I have my,
That's why I jumped on that 3 album month guy I told you. I was like, wait, you real close to me. I need to meet you. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. That's why right now is the most exciting time of my life. Because this is the moment where contracts are in the works, so I can do that. It probably won't manifest from the way it looks for like another 2 months. But like you were saying earlier, there's light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah, man. So if I got to work at these little jobs on the side and be miserable for another 2 months and still, because when you work and do this, it's double hard. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to put twice as many hours.
Because now you have to work after you work.
Yep. I feel like I still got to wake up early. Yeah. I still got to come home. And that sucks because when you come home, your girl wants you to spend time with her.
Yeah, and so family obligations and so on.
And then she rolling the eyes at you. Women can only be so understanding, so it's like, it's one of those things where I'm like, just bear with me, please, just bear, but long story short is there's a payoff there, so it's like, I'm super excited right now because I have that taste of like, ooh, I could see, oh my God, I could see this. And I have like this.
And it made you hungrier from what you were saying,
Yeah, I have this routine, and a lot of people I tell to nonstop, because all these cats I tell to, they're younger. Yeah, they're like FGC dudes, and they're like, "You do that for real? It's kind of corny, bro." I was like, "Okay, well, it working." Yeah. So I don't know, but so what I do is, I wake up in the morning. I have all these motivational, anything motivational on YouTube. I watch it. If you just click in like daily motivation, there's like dozens and dozens of dudes that have channels dedicated to getting the best speeches, the best quotes. They'll put it behind some dope music, like like meditation, and they go and they just basically just like encouraging you, building you up, telling you what to focus on. It's almost like going to church. I put my headphones on, I go in my closet because everybody's asleep still. I literally go in my closet with the lights off, and I'm in there with my phone on the ground and the headphones, and I'm just like sitting Indian style, and I'm just listening. Because right when I wake up, I don't want to be awake. I want to be asleep still. It's very hard to wake up. So as soon as I look at my channel, I'm up, bro. Like, I could be dead fucking tired, but I'm at the point now where it's like, I cannot miss a post. I can't. Before I could, because I didn't know what was at stake. Now I can't. I'm not missing a post. I'm not missing a day. It's like, I have it so built in me that this is life. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would crush me more than anything else if I missed a day. So I get in there, I do about 10, 15 minutes of that, and all of a sudden I'm back. Like, I got my focus back. I even write down some nuggets, like how I should, thinking, because a lot of times our thinking is just off. And then I speak that shit into existence, exactly how it says it. Because even the Bible talks about speaking stuff into existence, creating positive energy and all that stuff. If you notice, like, you watch a lot of people like Buddhists or fucking people doing yoga, no matter what religion you are, fucking Scientologists, they all have a similar concept of meditation. Like, no matter if you're religious or not, they all have this meditation, clearing the mind, positive energy, speaking these things into existence. It's a simple concept. And a lot of people, because when you tell somebody this, they automatically, especially if they're not, I don't want to say spiritual, but that's kind of how it leads. But
they're not into any of this, any type of any of it, religion or not. The first time they hear it is like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like get that wishy-washy bullshit.
Same thing. First time I'm because I'm my own meditator too, so I'm even glad you gave me that, because some of that I was like, ooh, I'm gonna edit some of mine with that.
Yeah, it's like it's like if I could ever, because a lot of times when you're editing, you can't really listen to anything else. Yeah, because you have to hear and see everything you're editing. So I hate that, because I want to hear that stuff in the morning. Yeah. So I make sure I get that out the way first before, because if I ever go straight to editing, it's the same. Like, if I go straight to editing, I'm awake, but I'm still like, oh God, but you know what? I do it all the, like, every day I learn something. Now, what I'm going to do, because I have this mental trick that when I wake up, I look at my bed and I instantly like look at my bed and I look at it as a negative place now. Like, on my pillow, I in my mind.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm really gonna do this shit though.
Yeah.
On my pillow, I have the words "no subscribers." On my bed, on my bed, it's like, you know what I'm saying, like no new sponsors, because I
Damn.
know if I stay in that fucking bed, that's exactly what's going to happen. Nothing will change if I stay in this bed.
Damn.
And I've always heard out of every fucking successful person I ever talked to, and I don't know why it is, but everyone, I'm talking about 10 out of 10, they're like, if you want to be successful, you got to grind, right?
Yeah.
But their stories always start off with, I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning every day.
Yeah.
I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning every day. And I was always like, why I got to wake up that fucking early, man? Like, I can't just grind at 2 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it was always this thing, like, they believe if you win the morning, you win your day.
Yeah.
And I never
Tim
really...
Ferriss stuff.
Yeah, I never really understood that, like, at all. That is like... I started that shortly after Button Check was born, and then I kid you not, the numbers boomed.
Damn.
Like, this routine that I have, I've never had a routine like this, even with stand-up comedy.
Was that the whole routine, by the way, or
The what?
the everything you just said? So
Oh yeah,
after
so
that, yeah.
I do that, and then I get the I get to editing whatever, because I always have a video to edit in the morning right before I post it. As it's posting, because you know it takes like a while to render and stuff like that, I go back to the meditation.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the more I stand still, the more I leave my mind room to get sleepy. Like, there's times, like, even when I was waiting for you, I was like, fuck, I want to take a nap. Like, I really want to take a nap right now.
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
started thinking, like, no, I got this video to film, I got this and that. So I instantly go back to the thing. Because I'm telling you, man, if you don't like the first one, you'll like the second one, because there are hundreds of these videos out there, and some of them are just, man, they're like perfect. Like, you'll find one where you're like, holy shit, I want to run around the block right now. Like, this, it gets in you. And they got anyone, celebrities, Will Smith, all these one.
Yeah,
That's what I was telling you
Will
earlier.
Smith's a great talker at that
Yeah,
stuff,
I'm fascinated. Like, if you're successful, especially if you're in the profession that I want to be in,
Yeah.
I will listen to what you eat for breakfast, what you put in your hair. I will listen to everything you have to say, because I want to know how you give me the recipe. I want to know what you did to get there, and then I'm going to do it to the max.
So it's fun. I do that for going to sleep, not to wake up. I do the I listen to actually, now I'm thinking of trying some of those motivation videos, because I'm like, that's really good.
Dude,
but I
they're
do it
dope,
going to
bro.
sleep, because
They're
it
dope.
goes in your mind while you're sleeping, and you go into that whole whatever,
Right.
inception state process that we're doing. But I always hear the same video every day. It's David Goggins, Joe Rogan's interview with David Goggins. He's like a crazy Navy SEAL. That all his,
I think
you know
I
what
might
I'm
have-
talking-
I think I
all
might have
his stories are my body. I wanted to do something. My body broke. I kept doing the thing anyway, because mind over matter.
Is he a black dude?
Yeah.
I think I
He's
saw that
insane.
today.
Yeah, he's insane.
I think I just listened to that shit today,
That
bro.
dude is the man.
Yeah,
David
yeah.
Goggins is the man.
I
but
swear
I
I
just
was listening
listen
to
to
that
that
today.
interview every day when I go to sleep. Like, my body knows, like, oh, he's hearing this dude again. Like, we better pass out. You know, like. But I do that. But that's interesting. To do it like right at when you're waking up too. But while I don't do it when I wake up, I do meditation. Then I do some foam rolling, and then yoga, and then then I go on with my day. After that.
Yeah.
So
I think it's important. Like, my life didn't it didn't take off until I started doing that. Like, I realized, I believe in Christianity. So when I first started that, I was meditating, and I was worshiping, and I was keeping my mind in a positive place, and I was never happier. I got away from that a long time ago, and I actually did have like a bad attitude. But it was bad. Like, even my wife would be like, why are you fucking grumpy all the time? Like, I was just grumpy, bro. Like, if a small thing happened, I just had like road rage or some shit, and then I'm a comedian, hey everybody, and I'm a happy guy over here. But as soon as I'm personal, I'm pissed,
Man.
And I started thinking, like, why am I so angry? Like, where's this anger coming from? Like, it's in a balled up spot, and it's very unhealthy. It's so many, I mean, you basically reap what you sow. So now that I'm back to that routine, my life is 100% better. And now I have to take it to the next level of like working out regularly and doing all, because you have to take care of your body as well.
Yeah.
I did it for a second, but as soon as, when you get caught up with work, you just work. And it's very hard to eat sloppy and not, you know what I'm saying? Because you're grinding. And you're like, oh, I'll just get some fast food. I kill McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, now I feel like my body is telling me, okay, we don't need to eat like that no more, because we feel like shit. You know what I'm saying? So I got to take care of that part too. But
I've been experimenting with keto because of that, because I can't tolerate and I've been going on and off trying to, in my mind, that food still tastes good, but now like just had Whataburger last night, and like it doesn't do it anymore.
Yeah.
I want it to, but it doesn't do it. Like I get it, and it doesn't like satisfy that urge, and I feel like shit for doing it because I'm like I'm not better now. You know, I'm not.
Yeah.
It doesn't supply you with that energy you need to keep doing this creative life that we're trying to do. So.
It's like that with drinking. I used to, you know, when you do comedy, you drink for free. So I used to drink, man. I used to love it. Now I can't. Like I might have a beer every now and then, but literally that's it. Like my body doesn't process liquor no more. Like it makes me feel weird. Like I don't know. I can't even explain it, but it doesn't give me a great feeling. So anybody that really knows me knows I only drink 3 things. It's water, milk, and Powerade. This is Powerade. That's all I drink, bro. That is it. Oh, sweet tea.
Okay.
I have a very limited like.
Well, why milk?
Milk I've loved since a kid, bro. Milk with ice in it, yo, that's my
Milk
my jam. Because I like freezing cold milk.
Got you.
So anytime, and I got this from my dad, anytime I have a snack, I need my ice cold milk right next to me.
Okay.
If I don't have my ice cold milk, I can't eat that snack. Like, I have to have that snack.
That
with
milk
the
sponsor
it's
ain't
the
coming.
jam, bro. Yeah. Oh yeah, if I can have a milk sponsor, I'll
does
take
a
that.
Street Fighter good.
I'm a hoe for a sponsor right now. Like, yo, you want a sponsor? I thought about that too. I was like, I think I might be excited because people are starting to contact me now. And I'm like very quick to say yes to everybody. And I'm like, wait, maybe I shouldn't because I'm not going to be like fucking, what are those fools Wade and Garth on what do you call it?
The Wayne's World?
Wayne's World, where they have like Doritos and Pepsi and all that shit in the shot. And they have all these sponsors, you know? I'm going to be like, shelling out real quick. But I'm just excited because people look at me like that now. Like it's where all this meditation thing comes in.
Yeah.
After I meditate and everything and I start speaking, I get a goal in my mind and I say, all right, I used to say I want 100 new subscribers today. I want this, that, and I speak it. Even if I think it sounds stupid, I speak and I open up those channels. Now I say I want 200 and I've been getting 200 a day. So I'm just like going and I'm pushing and I'm pushing and I'm pushing. Like I feel like that's the key to this success right now is because I'm in a very, very positive state. And then it was a perfect example when I went to Evo, it's like they rolled the red carpet out for me. Like I couldn't believe that I was in the Salty Suites with Ono and Problem X and Gutex and Itabashi and
like
Corey
one of my favorite players right there.
Yeah, dude. The dude was just there. He was just playing. Hey, what's up? And I'm like, I'm trying to be cool. Like, hey, what's going on? And I'm like, holy shit. Corey Gaming's there. And I'm just like, what the fuck is happening? And then they're coming up to me. Hey, Ernesto, what's up, man? We really like it. Can we take a picture? Yeah. And I'm just like, you want to take a picture with me, motherfucker? Like, I want to take a picture with you. Like, and that was all weekend. And I'm like, this is blowing my mind right now, dude. Like, I've been speaking these things and it's happening. Like it's literally happening it's just like solidifying all my hard work, you know? And I think part of that, because I never wanted to be famous. Like I don't want paparazzi and all that shit like that. Yeah. But to me, that's the cherry on the cake because people are appreciating your work. You know what I'm saying? Like they appreciate it so much that they want to take a picture of you or they want your autograph. That's how much they appreciate what your work is. And to me, that's my ultimate goal. Like I was saying earlier, I know one day I'm not gonna be able to do this no more. And if when I do go, I know that whatever was inside me, I let it out to my fullest. And I was me, Ernesto Lopez. That's why I like Sonic Box so much. Because this dude is him. Unapologetically, 100% a black gay furry professional gamer. And he'll tell it to your face. And he'll win Evo. And he'll tell it again to your face.
And then he don't let no one talk shit to him.
Yeah.
And he don't let no one talk shit to him.
And he's a young dude. I wish I had that confidence when I was his age.
Give me 3 months, I'll bust your ass, Zero. You know?
I wish I had those balls. That sounds really bad. But I wish I had those balls when I was his age,
He's
bro.
a perfect example of what you were talking about. You're talking about talking to your kids about passions.
Right.
Because I remember the first stories. In my head, he starts off as that kid who played every game but Street Fighter. So he's smart because he's winning all the other pots, you know? But during those years, his dad was taking him, you know? And that's a dad who like accepted, yo, my kid plays games. I don't know what his relationship is with games, but like, yo, my kid plays games. I ain't gonna stop him. I'm gonna go with him and be part of that journey while I can. Because now he's older, you know, he doesn't need him there no more. But Yeah, like that's a real parent right there.
That is like anytime I see that, I'm like, that's what's up, because you know some parents just they won't, if they think it's stupid, they're not gonna do it.
Yeah.
It's just straight, or they'll tell you you're stupid. You know, they're not very supportive, especially like the older generation. They're just like very straightforward and black and white. We don't have like a lot of this newer parenting that goes around feelings and all, you know, that wasn't back when we were growing up. So it's like really cool to see, and that's what I try to do to my kids. But that's the ultimate goal. Is I could be like, yo, when I'm gone, I'd be like, yo, I was Ernesto Lopez to the fullest. Like, because you know what you're doing now, you're doing what you love. You're not making any money off this, but you're doing what you love, because there's a desire there, and something inside of you is telling you like, yo, I don't know exactly how it all adds up, but I want to go down this road. And then if a check is at the end of this road, then amen, because I want to keep doing this, you know. And that's the same thing I'm doing right now. And then as soon as that adds up, then it's like the most beautiful. Like I was telling my wife, I was like, I'm more tired than I've ever been in my life, but I'm also more excited than I've ever been in my life. Yeah, I'm just like, I'm tired with a smile on my face, you know. Shit, I had every time I go to work, I'm late. Like, this is true. Every time I go to work, I can go to work next week, which I probably will part-time. I guarantee I'll be late. I'll be like 5-10 minutes late, dude, because they always start at 9 o'clock. I bet you I'll be late. This shit, not late one time. There's a difference in doing something you feel like you know what I'm saying? Passion, It's a difference in that. And it's like, it shows. And I was telling my wife, she was kind of looking at me like, oh yeah, because right now she's in the same rut. She's not doing what she wants. She's doing something she just kind of likes, you know?
Gotcha.
There's definitely a difference. And to me, the most beautiful thing is like when you take something that has never existed before, that's in your mind, and you produce it, you manifest it, and other people see it and they're like, oh, that's dope, or that's fucking art, or that makes me smile, or that makes me laugh. That's it. Like, that is the best thing in the world. Like, they're appreciating you, basically. You know what I'm saying? What your art, your work is an extension of you. So for somebody else to share it, to like it, to retweet it, to whatever, to send you a painting from Canada,
man,
because they like your shit. You know what I'm saying? It to send me a note. You know what I'm saying? Just like,
damn,
it's the best feeling in the world. There's no feeling like it. It's like, it just tells you like, yo, you're doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I might not be a millionaire, but I'm doing it. You know, and that's it.
That's it. That's
like,
all we want.
How many people can say that? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's literally not one person in my family that's doing this. Not fucking one. Everybody is working just regular jobs because that's how we were raised. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Just regular ass jobs. And every dream that they had, like, you ask anybody in your family, well, what did you want to be when you grow up? I guarantee it's not what they're doing now.
And it is.
You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
So it's like, life has a way of
I'm the only rebel.
Life has a way of just making us settle, like, straight up, bro. And then what happens? Oh, we look forward to the weekend. I can't wait for Friday. Can't wait for Saturday. I'm going to crack that beer open. I'm going to watch the game. I'm going to kick it with the fellas. I'm going to barbecue. That's literally the fucking highlight.
The cycle. Yeah.
And then what happened Monday? Oh, fucking Monday.
Yeah, we do this.
Yeah. Can't, you know, our highlight of our lives are our weekends. And we usually do some mundane shit, some shit that we did last weekend.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
It's not.
It's all a loop.
Yeah.
The loop is a loop.
Now, yeah. And then when you do what you love, it's damn near every day.
Yeah.
Like, it's damn near every day. Like, straight up. I have to look forward to tomorrow what I had to look forward to today. Like, fuck, can't wait. Can't wait. You know, and granted, there's a lot of up and downs. I learned that the hard way. I learned that not to believe everything people tell you. Because there was a lot of promises that I first got when I started this. I'm talking about every one of them fell through. People promised me, I'm going to give you this, I'm going to do that. Hey, I want to work with you. Let's do this. Like, getting my hopes up real bad, you know?
Yeah.
None of it happened. Either they just stopped talking to me, they ignored me, or they just fucking disappeared. And I'm like, these motherfuckers. Like, I was already getting hype. I'm getting all this stuff. I'm getting noticed. Nope. Nothing, bro. Nothing, bro. And it was like several offers. Now it's happening because it's like, it's time to happen, I guess. But you learn a lot. You learn that not everybody's your friend. And then there's a time and place for everything, man. And to take your time, because a lot of time, like I'm saying, I rush. I'm like here, I'm there. I like to go. I like to kick out 2-3 videos a day. I like to go do as much as possible because I'm just that type of guy. So it's very hard for me to wait. When somebody offers me something, I instantly want to be like, oh, okay. What you want to do? When you want to do it, I'll sign right now. You know, thinking that it's all good, but you can't be like this, especially for the channel like this. Like when Cross Counter, they want to kind of talk to me. I don't know what they're going to offer me or what, but my first reaction was like, fuck yeah. Are you serious? Let me sign right fucking now. You know what I'm saying? But then I started thinking about it. I was like, I can't do that. I think that's my wife.
All right.
Where did Boosh, where did that come from?
I've been saying it as a kid. It's funny. It's funny because it comes from me saying woof, and it was Super Turbo, Street Fighter 2, Dalzim, when he would go fire. It just had like this woof noise. So he'd say woof, 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 and somehow that turned into Boosh.
Boosh.
Somewhere along the lines. Yeah. You live in the Bronx. You don't got nothing
Because
you don't got
I would always
no
see
good story there.
Boosh. And then a lot of sentences you end with Boosh.
Yeah,
like Boosh, like booyah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, what's his saying?
Yeah.
It's his thing. I didn't know what it meant, but I was like, okay.
Oh man, I actually just put out a song with it, and like, cause a music promoter in San Antonio, he said, be original or say hi. And I was like, oh, I never thought that Boosh could mean something. And that last part was stupid, say hi. But I was like, be original or stay high. And then I made a whole song about that. So I was
be
like,
original or stay high.
Yeah. So, but funny enough, it did come from like Dalzim. And that's who I play now. Dalzim,
really?
since 4. Yeah, I didn't play him when he was actually good, because I'm attracted to things that suck. But I mean, but yeah, I started.
Which brings you here.
Yeah, there you go. See, full circle. But then, I start playing him in 4, and I still play him. I don't even really play right now because now I kind of dive more into making stuff. But I did play him in 5, and he sucks.
Yeah,
he sucks.
That's
Champ doesn't suck. He sucks though. But
so
Champ,
what do you play now? What games do you play now?
I kind of sold everything. Like I'm trying to only keep what I used to create.
Oh really?
So the last thing I actually played was Dragon Ball, like when it was new.
Oh, okay.
Because I wanted to understand it. Because I was watching these trailers and all the pre-photos. I was like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
Like this looks amazing. Then I played it. I was like, it's not that amazing.
It is.
It
It's one
doesn't
of those
suck, but I was disappointed, especially me being a Guilty Gear fan.
Yeah.
It is the beginning of the Arc games becoming simpler, and that was like tear to my face. And I should have saw it coming. It's Dragon Ball, it's a major franchise, and then they even like a month later were like, Guilty Gear will never be that complicated either, you know. And then you get Blaze, the cross battle, and that game's getting simpler. And I'm like, man, it's like
they're literally trying to bring people
one
in.
button, baby. We're gonna get to one button.
That's the complaint about Street Fighter 5. People are like, it's too like it's just like the meta has changed so much that it frustrates the shit out of a lot of people, and it's like it's just not hype. Like
it's not hype. I'm sorry to cut you off, but that pisses me off because the thing is, it's not unique. Like this is the only game I've ever watched. One of my favorite players ever was Sako, and Sako, I'm just like, you know,
it's one of those things. Like it's one of those things. Like there's hype moments because you got top players, and sometimes they do shit where like, yo, that was dope.
Akuma's not hype. Tokido is hype.
Exactly.
But Akuma's not
perfect example. It's like, but now it's like you pretty much know all the possibilities. Like in Street Fighter Ultra, you were like learning stuff like years later. Like, holy shit, I didn't know you could do that, or that was the OS, or this. Yeah. Like it was just like you were constantly unlocking tech. Here it's just like, okay, but now they're like, okay, we're going to reach a bigger demographic because they're too hard and all that.
The very first Capcom Cup, Sako showed up with Evil Ryu. Yeah. Everybody was like, what is this? He wins, and that defined the blueprint for Evil Ryu. You know, and then several years later, he's playing Ricky Ortiz, and it's Rufus, Evil Ryu, and this guy's styling with like a 22 to 29 hit Evil Ryu combo. And I was like, that's the Sako I know. Yeah. He's like an and one basketball player. Like he could go for the win and be with a practical combo, end with a mix-up or setup. Yeah. Nope. I'm gonna just keep going to his drops, and he gets and he loses. Ricky Ortiz beats him, but it's like you can't really do that. Like I feel like everybody, those people like Sako and Nemo are impressive when it's day 1, month 1, because the tech is new. Yeah. But since the game is more simple, everybody can emulate no matter how good you are. So they might not come up with it, but YouTube and everything, they can steal it. Versus like those 1-frame links in 4, I can try to steal it, but can I execute it in a match? Right. Oh, I dropped it. Now I lost. You know what I mean?
That was it. Like. Now we play it, and don't get me wrong, I do enjoy aspects of it, but when me and my son play, we'll play and then we'll instantly go back to Ultra because that's when we have fun. We play Ultra today, we have fun. We would be laughing, talking smack, And I'll be like, yo, I can't wait. I hope to God they continue changing Street Fighter V, and they just right now they're really not making changes. They make buffs and nerfs, but nothing changes the game itself. Like I really hope they change the game itself.
I think those will only happen after every Capcom Cup, so maybe for next year.
Yeah,
you know,
something. Please add focus attacks or something good. Like that's why I kind of like looking at Tekken now, because they do have that shit.
Tekken is the last bastion. They have not. First off, I'm amazed. Because based on everybody else is like dumber is better, and our numbers should get better, and like then the world will embrace esports. Tekken is like, all right, we gave you guys a meter, right? Or, we gave you guys a ultra, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know what it's called in Tekken, but everybody has a special now.
Yeah.
They haven't dumbed down anything else. It's like you can do specials. We're a fighting game. The end. Right. And same thing with Smash this morning. They added meter, you know? Yeah. I don't know if you saw that stream or not.
I didn't see it.
The new Smash 4.5 or whatever. Yeah, 4.5. Oh. Yeah. Call it 4.5. Nah, it looks amazing. But like they added meter too, and I almost hope they allow that, because that's almost making it more like a fighting game, because now they could do their final smashes or whatever, and now you can do it. They're banned because there's no items, but if you can do it like that. But like, Tekken 7 hasn't dumbed down nothing from what I see.
Yeah, I'm very much, after I went to Red Bull Conquest in Dallas, and I saw the Tekken finals, and I was like, yo, that looks kind of dope. And before I never even paid attention to it, but now because I saw the options, that made me want to play it. I'm a fan of that type of style. With Street Fighter, I'm just a Street Fighter dude, so I have loyalty to it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm honest. I'm like, I'll play it, but I'm gonna tell you right now, this is not the best game.
Yeah,
like it's not.
I don't hate it as much as everybody else, but I don't think I don't like it as much as those people who like it either. You know,
right?
I think I like that Dalzim's in it, and I'm always ride with him. So it's like he's in this game, and I like big people. I like grapplers and stuff now. So there's no Hugo, but there's fake Abigail. Hugo. Yeah, there's fake. But
there's definitely grapplers in there, man. And I actually got 18 questions already.
There you go. So you ready? That's videos for you. Let me hit you with some life questions, and then we out. When we out, I asked everybody this stuff.
Wow, I can't believe. You know what's funny, man?
What's up?
When I first started, I tried to do one of these.
Yeah.
And nobody asked me no damn questions, because nobody knew who the hell I was. I would be like, I'd have to go to, I would DM them, hey man, can you do me a favor, ask me a question? I would do that. I was like, hey, because I would kind of know them.
Yeah.
Could you do me a favor, ask me, I'm trying to do this question. Could you ask me a question? And I swear to you, they would not even still ask me a fucking question. I'd be like, can you just ask me a question?
They busy, man.
Because I don't want to make them up. That's really sad. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like one person would ask me a question. It'd be like something stupid. And I'd be like, fuck, I couldn't do this. And I haven't even thought of doing one of these until you said it. I was like, oh shit, I could probably do that. That
was my job today, to bring that idea.
I was like, yo, I could probably do that now. Like straight up. That's dope, man.
Up.
That's what's up.
I'm glad I got to contribute, yeah.
Because I was really stressing about tomorrow's video, man.
So the way you've been talking all the time, I feel like you've almost touched on all these. So part of me was like, I could just end it, but I'm going to just ask them anyway.
Bro.
What do you think that people think you're crazy for believing? So like, what's one thing you believe, but like people think you're crazy for believing in it?
I think that I catch kind of what I touched on earlier is that I could be a celebrity or famous. Like, and I don't mean that in a way. Would you like another water?
Oh yeah.
Oh, they're right there. Yeah. With that, it's one of those things. Like, I've always had this mentality that whatever I did, I wanted to be the top at it. And I don't mean like a regular job. Like I don't have that. I don't have that job. I know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be the best cashier. No, I've never had that. It's never been in me, bro. I've been the guy hiding in the break room and shit. Like, I did not care for that. But what I love, when I was talking about b-boying, comedian, that I always never in my life wanted to be the weak link. I was just like, I'm not going to be this. If I'm the weak link, I'm not going to do it. Like, I've always like felt like, all right, whatever I'm strongest in my traits, whatever, I kind of want to do something in that because it comes natural to me. And I figured that out when I was in my 20s. And that's how I kind of went towards comedy. So all this to me just still revolves around comedy. Like I'm just entertaining basically in front of the camera or on a mic. It's the same thing, you know, public speaking basically. And when I did it, I always told people, especially my family, like, okay, I'm going to do it. And I'm going to get this, and that. And every time they would look at me like, shut the hell up. Like, either you're not going to do it or you're going to do it and you're going to quit, you know, because it's impossible. Like, you know, people that, like we were talking about, they have their routines.
Yeah.
For people like that have their routines, mainly damn near everybody, they look at anybody that's with them and be like, shut up. Like, you can't get that because I didn't get it and I don't know nobody else that got it. So for you to say that you're going to do something abnormal or, you know, just crazy, you know, you're going to be on TV or something like that, they kind of look at me and just laugh. Like, shut up. I'll believe it when I see it, kind of thing.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So when I tell them that, when I tell them about my routine that I do in the morning, when I tell them that I just went to Evo and got autographs, like stuff that they finally start. And then when they start seeing it, because it was the same thing for me with stand up, they'll ask, you know, can I get on? Can I get a ticket? Can I get a ride? Can I get this? Oh my God, like this and that. Like, when you're able to manifest these thoughts that you have and then they're able to see it, like, once your family starts believing it, that's when you know you're on something special. Because you know, your family, a lot of times, they're the most stubborn stuff. Like, they'll kill you real quick. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They'll shoot your dreams down real fucking quick. Like, they'll just be like, no, you suck. I know, you know, because your family looks at you and they've known you since when you couldn't even wipe your own ass. So they're like, you ain't shit. Like, you, shut up, bro. I know you. Like, you're this, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
they think they got you figured out. So for you to prove it to them, that's a big thing, at least as far as I know, you know? So when they can start looking at you and be like, man, Ernesto, or they call me Nathil, but they're like, man, Nathil, he's doing some shit. Like, man, I can't believe he's this, that. Once, and they're asking you for advice and they're coming to you like, yo, how are you doing this? You know, that's a major turning point, a mark of success for me, you know? And that was my thing. My goal, when it was comedy, was FGC, was always to be at the top. And every time I did it, I would always call things out. You know how like baseball players, like Babe Ruth goes up there and he's calling a shot out like that. Yeah. Everything that I've done with my career-wise, I pointed out my shots. And 9 times out of 10, people are gonna be like, shit, fucking, you're gonna bunt, motherfucker. You ain't gonna do nothing. You might, you ain't gonna do shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, if you're not calling out your shots, then why are you even there? You know what I'm saying? Like, go do something else until you can be passionate enough to call out your damn shot, because that's the whole point of this whole thing. You know, like I'm not satisfied right now. I just got another 1,000 subscribers in the last week. Got 200 today. I'm not satisfied with any of that. Like, the number in my head is in the hundreds of thousands, and I already know once I get there, I'm gonna want 1 million. Like, that's the way my mind is working. You know, it's funny because when I had like 50 subscribers, I would tell people, this is what I want to do. And they would be like, oh, it's just too hard, bro. You're not going to be able to do it because YouTube is saturated. Right? But now they see me doing this and they're like, holy shit, you're doing it, right? You must feel so. I was like, well, no, because I want that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to the next and then the next and then the next. I look at, okay, who's the top guy right now? Maximilian? These guys that are kind of like damn near 1 million. Okay, I want that. And then they'll look at you. It's funny because they see you with this success. But the moment you mention the next success, they're like, oh, they hate again. Oh, no, there's no way.
It's because the mind's not open.
Yeah, it's
That's why, yeah.
And I'm just like, well, if 16,000 is possible in like 2 to 3 months, like, why is 1 million not possible in a couple of years? You know what I'm saying? Like, anything is possible as long as you're doing what it takes, you know? And that's me. Like, I've always had like a wild, straight up wild imagination, like daydreaming, and like you could ask my wife, like a lot of my weird rituals is like, anytime I have a joke, like a bit, even if it's for like a video, I instantly act it out. Like, I just do it. Like, I'll be like in the kitchen and I'll be talking to myself, well, yeah, I'm just doing it. I'm just, because in my mind I have to see how it sounds. And then she'll kind of look at me like, you're doing a joke, right? I'm like, yeah. And then she'll start, and then she'll either laugh or be like, whatever, because she's used to it now. Or I'll go in the mirror, because that's the way I have to rehearse my shit. Like, I want to see what it sounds like when I say it out of my mouth. Like, I have to do that. And that's the way I do stuff. And a lot of people are always like, well, you're fucking weird. And if I wasn't me, I'd probably think I was weird too. I'd be like, what the fuck do? You talk to yourself half of the day. But that's how my mind works. And then from there, I put it on the paper and then I turn the camera on. But I think because I wasn't afraid to be me in my work ethic, as far as like the way I like to work, that's why I'm starting to get this success. If I were to listen to everybody else and tell me I couldn't do this, or you're not supposed to fucking work like that and all this, it's retarded and whatever they want to say, then I wouldn't, because I would be trying to be like the next dude. I think once you get your niche and once you get what you want, do it. And then of course, look up, study the guys that went before you, but then find your way so you can do your own creative, that way you stand out from them.
Yeah.
We're like, yo, Boosh took this shit and he kind of does like this, but man, he did it like this. He took this shit. We didn't even know you could do it like that. That's where it gets good.
Yeah,
what I'm saying? That's where the true success comes in and people are like, you stand out. Because there's 100,000s of comedians, but there's only like, so many that actually stand out that could be like Hall of Famers. Hall of Fame was created for a reason. It was to separate the ultimate success, like you think about it, like there's an NBA, there's an NFL. You would think that when you're in the NFL that, fuck, I'm in the NFL, bro, I'm done.
Yeah.
But there's still scrubs in the NFL, you know what I'm saying? There's still broke ass people in the NFL, and then there's a Hall of Fame.
Well, it's because some of those people, they were only aiming to just make it there.
Exactly.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's made for an easier path. I always think, I feel bad because, not feel bad, he's famous, he's fun. But I always think of Chris Paul and Deron Williams. You know those two?
Yeah.
All right. So like, they both came in at the same time.
Right.
And they both played really well. But only one of those guys matters right now. Chris Paul,
Right.
But the other one, I always remember when he was in Utah, Deron Williams, and you could see it later transpire into some of his decisions. But I think year one, he says, playing for Coach Jerry Sloan in Utah Jazz. Legendary coach, Jerry Sloan. And he's like, yo, man, being in the NBA is awesome, dude. Because I only got practice for 3 hours, then the rest of the day is myself, and like right there. Even me being young and not even trying as hard as I do now, I'm like, I saw that. I was like, oh, I don't think this guy's going to last. And you can see it. Like CP3
right.
is still like top tier point guard and I easily Hall of Fame. And I don't think D-Ron's going to make it,
Yeah. It's what I was talking about earlier is like, whatever I do, and this is like, what I like about the FGC is like, we're so competitive. Everybody wants to be the best. Like I hang out with the pros, like these guys on my team. Like if you ask them, hey, these dudes are like top. We have one dude that got 17th at Evo, like fucking 17.
Yeah.
But you ask him, what did you get? It's like, it doesn't matter. I didn't get first. That's their mentality. And that's always been there. I talk to all these pros, Rob TV, like everybody we're talking to over this last weekend. Every one of them tell me the same thing. What'd you get? Doesn't matter. I didn't win. Like that's their attitude. Like it doesn't matter if I'm not winning, if I'm not taking home that money, if I'm not getting what I want.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel like with comedy. Like a lot of people think like, well, you can only have that with sports. Like that's a sports attitude. It's like, no, that's an everyday life attitude. Like I want the Hall of Fame with YouTube. I want the Hall of Fame with FGC content. Like I want the Hall of Fame with FGC, whatever you want to categorize like my stuff. I want the Hall of Fame with that. So when I'm done, they'll be like, well, that right there was one of the best channels ever. Or that guy right there was one of the best at what he did. That's what I want. I
hang the North Face hat in the rafters.
Yeah. Retire my jersey, bro. Retire my mic just hanging there on my salt. But that's what I want.
Yeah.
And however many years it takes, and the only thing I don't know now is how it's gonna end. But I don't need to know that, I just need to know what I'm doing now, and that's what I'm gonna do.
I feel like you just answered the next one, so I'm gonna skip that one because the next one would have been what's my goal in life, and I feel like you just said it right there.
Yeah.
Right on. What are 3 things you're thankful for in life, which you probably touched on?
The 3 things: family, number 1.
Yeah.
Because anytime I leave, they're the first ones. Like I noticed about myself. I can only leave to a place for like 2 days, and then I immediately become homesick on the 3rd. Like on the 3rd day, I instantly want to come home. I'm just like, I miss my wife. Don't get me wrong, I miss them all the time. But that's when everything always sinks in. Like, oh shit, I'm not home anymore. Like I need to see my kids. I need to see my wife. If they're with me, that's one thing. But yeah, they're definitely number 1. Thankful for them. Number 2 would be the life that I led up to now. Just as far as like, I feel like because we moved from Cali and came here, this is where I got to check in. If I would have stayed in Cali, like real talk, I would have been dead or I'd have been in jail. Because we were in the hood and like I've been shot at. I used to walk around with a gun. Like we were in the hood. Like I don't look like it now, but we were like in the gang infested area. So there was drive-bys and like these dudes try to fucking shoot me. Like I was just a stupid young kid, like real stupid. So stealing cars and shit like that, dude. We were doing some dumb shit. So my parents purposely moved us out here to get away from that. And I was like fresh out of high school. I'm talking about like 18. And because I had that lifestyle change and I was like introduced to this whole Texas life, bro. Like I fucking hated Texas for like a year because I was like, what the fuck? It's hot.
I'm laughing because I feel like you telling my story, dude. I moved here 18. I was like, yo, what is this? I'm South Bronx to here. I'm like, it's the West Coast me. It's the West Coast.
Yeah, I didn't even have family out here. I had like 2 little cousins. That was it. And I'm a high schooler, so I'm like, fuck, I didn't have no friends, bro. Yeah. No money, so I had to get a job. Like I hated Texas, but it was hot. Yeah. Everybody's saying y'all. I was just like, dude, I fucking hate Texas. I hate it. I was depressed.
They say hi to you.
Yeah.
They say hi. It took me a while to get used to that. Yeah, it took me a while.
Yeah, it's like it was the needed transition because that's what. I got all these positive influences in me. Like I went to church, all this stuff, and that is what literally made me become a man. Like I was just a punk ass kid in California. When I got here, I would say about 2 years after I moved here, I became a man. Like it just grew me up, like straight up. So I'm thankful for that as well. And then last, I'm just thankful for like the God-given gift of being stubborn, bro. Like I'm super stubborn. And that could be a downfall, like big time, but it's also a blessing because I won't take no for an answer when it comes to like failing. You know what I'm saying? Like what I'm doing, what I love, I'm not gonna fucking stop. I'm not. If you tell me no, I'm gonna go to the next person until they tell me yes, or I'm gonna go this way, or I'm gonna create another video. I'm gonna do something to get it back because I'm not gonna take no for an answer. Like I'm not. That's what gives my life purpose. Is like every day I wake up, I'm like, okay, well. It's another day of me giving to this back to earth. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ever think about it? Like, it's such a beautiful thing that we're doing because when I'm gone, like back in the day, we didn't have shit like this. We had diaries and shit like that. People had to look up books to see if you even existed. You know,
this is our legacy.
Now, my grandkids are going to be able to go on YouTube or whatever exists at that time in the file. They're going to be like, yo, look what grandpa did. Yeah. Look what great-great-grandpa did. He was a fucking comedian. He was this, he was that. And they'd be like, what? Oh, maybe that's where I get it. No, I picture these conversations. That kind of weird, dude. I picture these kids like, oh, maybe that's where I get it from. Or if he could do it, I could do it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I used to always think I'd do this stuff. I don't even know why. I just like doing it. Yeah. And I was in Hawaii like 2 years ago and I stumbled on this Japanese thing. I was like, looking for like what's meaning in life, some shit like that on Quora, that Q site, whatever. There's a Japanese thing where you ask yourself why like 5 times and that should be enough, but if not, you just keep asking yourself why till you get to the root of the answer. Yeah. And I pretty much got to that, to legacy. To like, and it's funny because I never thought about wanting to be remembered or leaving something behind. Right. But it's basically everything you just said right there.
Amen, man. Because you think about it, like I thought about it like, dude, I could die tomorrow, I could die next year, whatever, like money will mean nothing at that point. House, like literally all that stuff, whatever you did will mean nothing. And we all say you can't take it with you, but I don't think it really sinks into people. Like none of that means dog shit. But it's like, if you think about it, when you're gone, the only thing that lives on is your name. And to me, that's the greatest thing. Like when somebody moves on and the whole world mourns, like, you know, like a celebrity like Robin Williams, or when, you know, people are just like crying, but they never even met this man. They've just seen his work. And they appreciate his work so much that they fucking cry because he's gone. Like that's the ultimate compliment. Like that's the, like for somebody to like, yo, I fucking appreciate the fact that you exist and created these things that gave me these feelings so much that I will mourn your loss, like that I will appreciate your legacy. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I want to do. And when I went to Evo, I saw it because I was like, I always thought, okay, well, I'm just getting numbers here. This means to me, and I want to be the best at that. But I was having people coming up to me talking about, oh, you helped me through my depression, and you brought me and my boyfriend together. Now we're dating, and I'm like, how in the hell did I? But it's the littlest thing. Like, you know, you think about it, and they were kind of explaining it to me, and I won't go into full detail, but I realized like, you never really know what your stuff means to somebody else. Like you never fucking know. Like you could post this interview up and then it could actually touch somebody that was like suicidal, or it could touch somebody that was thinking about, you know, giving up, or it could be a new career. You never know. You just never know what's going to happen, bro. Like it blows my mind. I was telling my wife, she was like, "Who's coming over today?" I was like, "Well, it's this guy. He does the podcast and and I've been talking to him for a while. I think it's from San Antonio. He said he's in Austin. He'll drive down here to do this." And she was like, "Really?" I was like, "Yeah, it's kind of weird." I was like, I don't know why the fuck he's driving 3 hours just to interview me. I
drove
was like,
4 because I did Dallas today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I was like,
and then
shit.
I'm doing Austin tomorrow, but I just had to go to Austin regardless. So
I was like, this
why
dude
not?
is like fucking serious about his craft, man. He's like getting it in like for real. Because I personally don't know anybody else doing that.
I was thinking of doing this. I'm thinking of going to LA for someone, and she ain't famous at all. But I feel like she's worth my time, you know?
That right there, dude, I'm gonna tell you like this. That right there is fucking special. Like that is special because that level of dedication is rare, bro. Like you're off the clock right now and you're doing this. Like you're literally doing.
I have to do it.
You're like literally
I have to do it.
This level of dedication though, like the way you're doing it right now is blowing my mind, bro.
And then I messaged people in Dallas trying to get other people like, yo, I'm in Dallas. I don't live here. Can I get you too? You know?
Yeah.
So there's a chance, but I think she has extra work. But I was gonna get a DJ who used to live in San Antonio, who lives here because I come from the music scene too. So I'm trying to get as many people while I'm here. Then I'll sleep and then go back to Austin and then maybe do some in Austin while I'm in Austin too. You know?
Yeah.
That's not my reason for Austin, but like if I'm not in my area code, this comes with me, and I'm like get as many as I can if I can. You know?
Yeah.
So it's like why not? You know?
Damn.
So always be making stuff. You know? Like.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, man.
Like that blows me away. Like I kept thinking to myself because I wasn't thinking at first, but then I was like, "Yo, he's really doing this." Man.
With me, it comes from like too, like from our music scene without going into it. Because if you hear some of these, you will hear me bitch about San Antonio music culture. But what it taught us with all the trials over there is that like, all right, DIY monster, you know. So like I do a lot. I'm not as skilled. Like I see some of your videos and you're doing stuff. Like man, I don't even know how to do that. But I also don't need all those fancy stuff that sometimes like cool cuts and stuff for what I'm doing. So that's probably why I don't know how to do it. But I'm like, I can do it. You know, I do have a video or I do have this. And that comes from everything. So things like travel, I'm like, oh, if I want to do it, if I want to get this guy, I got to go to him. The end, you know?
Right.
I ain't famous, like, and that's it. And also, man, like in New York, like, you do shit.
Yeah.
You just, you walk. Like, yo, people here don't want to walk. Like,
no. No, everything is super spaced
I think
out.
it might be part of that. Like I was a punk in New York, but like I think some of those New Yorkisms like don't make sense. Like if you want something, like or that stuck with me, you know, like and it's like go do it.
Right.
The end, you know.
That's the best way to be.
Yeah,
that's the best way to be be honest.
I'm like Dallas is 4 hours, but you know what? It ain't El Paso because I've done that in a day too.
Right.
That's 8 hours. That's horrible.
Like
it's disgusting. It's disgusting.
That's a great way to think about it because it's like when I first got here, people were like, "Oh, that's all the way in Plano." I'm like, "Plano's right there, bro."
Yeah,
it's all the way in Plano, but people will have that mentality now. Like I have that mentality, but it's like I have that mentality for like Austin and stuff like that. I'm like, dude, that's fucking Austin, bro.
That's 3 hours though. I swear to get it. Yo, we got 5 boroughs in New York. No one really cares. Though I do hear some of the next level people don't want to travel, but I get it. But like. Dude, we go. Everybody I know and who still lives in my neighborhood. Yeah. None of them work in the Bronx. They work in Manhattan. Yeah. But to be fair, public transport works over there. But everybody has a car in San Antonio. Right. And it's a bit spread out. But yo, there's people who won't hang with me. Right. Like at my house because you live too far, dude. And I'm like, you live in the same city. Right. You know, I get it. And you have a car. Everybody has a car. Like no one got a car where I come from. You know what I mean?
Dude, I used to live in Mansfield, right over here. That's about 25 minutes. They wouldn't go visit. Nah, I mean, that's Mansfield, bro. Like, dude, you get spoiled,
that is,
man.
I think I call it a Texas thing, but honestly, it's probably a car thing. I think it's just like probably any place that is car based. Yeah. Like, if I gotta leave my little like 15-minute zone, like it's too far. Dude.
Yeah, I remember my cousin Dirty Lopez. He had this great story where he was like, "Man, I just met this girl. She's amazing, yada yada yada," and like he couldn't, you know. And then I said, "That's awesome. When are you gonna go out with her?" She fucking lives in Plano, bro. I ain't gonna ever go out there. I was like, "What? What? You just said like she was in Cali or something." Bro. Like, you literally like What? Like she's all this, and you're not gonna go to Plano to be with this chick?
Oh, my friend he's a world traveler, man. He met this girl. I guess she was British, so Great Britain. Shout out to Problem X, right? but she's from there. He meets her in like South America somewhere.
Yeah.
He didn't say like, man, this girl is mad funny. She got an ocean between us, you know. He went and got that girl, you know.
Yeah.
And that being said, he got a divorce. But I mean, still, in the moment, you know what I mean? In the moment, you know, you don't know the future. Ain't Nostradamus.
You're supposed to leave that part of the story out, bro.
Nah. That's why God made
bro.
editing, right? That's why God.
Yo. On the plus side, I got 38 comments now.
There we go.
It's looking good, bro.
Where you see yourself 3 years in the future?
Questions. 3 years?
Yeah.
My next, dude. So I looked at the Homie Born Freeze subscribers and I was like, I want those because it was within reach. And I was like, I can do that. And don't get me wrong, he's like one of my good friends. So it's no animosity. I'm looking at Vesper Arcades. Vesper Arcade is like 100,000 something. It's like, I want those. And it's not like I'm stealing nothing from them, but those are my goals.
Those
like that's
targets.
how I set it. You know what I'm saying? So in 3 years, I definitely see myself being one of the highest out there content as far as like subscriber wise.
Yeah.
Also doing it full time because that's so shit happen, you know, with that like big time. And then being like one of like being in a place where being a sellout where I could buy this full out.
I'll buy that for $1.
Yeah. Being in a place where I have the authority or maybe more of like the influence because it's starting to get that way where I could like either help certain communities or throw my own stuff, you know, as far as like tournaments and stuff like that. Because a lot of people right now, like even some of these questions I was reading are like, how do I do this? How do I do that? You know, like, you know, Knuckle Dude does this thing where he sponsors players like to go to Evo and stuff like
and
that.
Wong's
like,
been doing it too, yeah.
Yeah, to me, that's amazing. Like,
Yeah.
that totally changes somebody's life, you know? So I would love to be able to do like a fun or something where we can do that once a year through the people on the channel and whatnot. And then of course having everything I'm doing right now just top tier level because I'm not the shows that are out right now, we're not satisfied with those. Like we're constantly looking at better film production, better intros. Like the music I have right now is fire because Buddha created those, but but the video itself needs to change, not the music. So anyway, long story short, just elevated in everywhere possible, doing the same thing, but on a much greater level. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's
like extremely great level.
You mentioned
especially
Born
with
3.
years.
I'm glad he exists because like I was telling you before, like I'm a long form content guy, and I'm glad when I saw him, I was like, man, that's badass. Like had I continued with my Street Fighter podcast years ago, I'm like I probably would have been maybe not the same level of questioning because he knows the gameplay a lot more than I do. But I was like, I would have gone that route because I don't know how he did it, yo. But Ryan Hart, he came on the old show. Yeah. And yo, I think for like 2.5 hours, yo, and like he don't even know none of us, and it's just a bunch of kids from San Antonio just asking him random ass questions, and I'm like, thank you, you know, like
that's dope.
But I was like, I think the world at that time it was like, what the hell is this? 2 hours of Ryan Hart.
2 hours of Ryan Hart. Do you know who this fucking guy is? It's funny because I tell my brother and my cousins make fun of me a lot. Oh, what are you doing, you nerd? And I'm like, yo, you're over here a famous nerd. And I'm like, hey, yo, I talked to such and such. You know, we talk about these guys and we talk about them because Rick knows what's up. And we're like, holy shit. But if I tell my brothers, like, I don't give a shit who that is. Like, get out of here with that nerd shit. But you know, in reality, it's like anything else. Like he could tell me about this basketball player he met. Like, I don't know who that is. I don't really care about that. It's the same concept. We don't worship
at the altar of Tom Brady.
Yeah. You know? It's the same principle, bro. It's like we all have our people we look up to or you know.
I read Daigo's book, you know?
Yeah. It's basically like that's the reality of it. And everything right now is going up. I was actually just telling him about how you're moving out and we're gonna have to hustle and do all this other stuff.
Those binge recordings.
Yeah. This gentleman, he's from San Antonio. Yeah, he's from San Antonio.
We almost done and then y'all can get to it.
He's from San Antonio. I've known you for a little bit because we've talked a while ago.
Yeah.
And he was just like, I am in Austin. Can I drive over there and get this done? He just drove over here to do this. So I was like,
man.
And he does this all the time.
It's called Boosh Life. Now, you good? Yeah, it's called Boosh
He
Life.
covers everything. Like
yeah,
everything.
yeah. So it's not like fighting game exclusive. I did have Tampa Bison on. Don't hear that one though. It's just shit talking.
I did hear that one. I heard him talking about some girls and stuff like that.
Yeah, because Tampa's part of the old show. Like, even though the old show wasn't famous, right? It was only San Antonio people. But Tampa Bison was an honorary member of the old show.
Okay.
Because he would come on. He spent like a whole Saturday night. Like he did a show that because it just turned out into too natural. So we never even put this one out. But it was like just 6 hours of him talking to my friends. And it's just like talking a lot of stuff like about girls and and FGC people. I'm like, man, I don't know if any of this should come out. It's funny, I'm glad we do it, but I don't know if any of this needs to come out. But he's cool. Like he's somebody. And we've talked about, man, that I think I wish there was a way for him to capitalize on his personality, but he almost doesn't even believe in that idea.
Oh, really?
Because he's like, they always say the same shit about K-Brad and like how good is he doing, so he'll find his own way. But like, he's awesome. He's the man.
Yeah, we met him once at Choctaw, and he won it, and he was cool. He was quiet because
he is
all the
quiet,
other guys
and
were
he will
Dallas,
stay in his corner.
He was
in Evo. He will stay alone. Like had I not already known him, I probably wouldn't have even bothered him. But like he just stays alone. So you need to bug him, like to get it out of him. But man, you put a mic in front of him, and it just starts saying things. Like you can't stop him. He's just
I think there's a lot of dudes in the FGC. There's a lot of egos in the FGC, dude. There's a lot of comedians in the FGC. There's a lot of personality, basically.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know it, but there is, man. And that's the great thing, like we were talking about earlier, is that there's a lot of standout guys in the FGC.
Sure, man. Yeah. But what is the perfect day?
Perfect day. Perfect day is me getting my video out. Me waking up, first of all, on time.
Yeah.
Me getting that routine I was talking about.
Yeah.
Posting the video on time. Getting at least what do you call it? I would say, probably as many hits as possible, as far as like 10,000, 20,000, because that's what I aim for. Views, anyway. Being able to spend time with my family. Having stuff, this is the best thing, is when you already have videos pre-edited and they're scheduled in YouTube, meaning they're going to post themselves. That's what I did at Evo Weekend. And it was a beautiful thing. Like they just posting and I'm over here talking to people, like if I can do that, spend time with my family, knock that all day.
Income of posting videos.
Exactly. Like I'm earning money. I'm talking, the money is coming, the subscriptions are coming, everything is coming while I'm just sitting here talking to you. Yeah. That's a beautiful feeling because I feel like that's the only time I really get my breaks. Not having to go to work in a 9-to-5 job, like just doing that, what you love, that's perfect. Spending time with my daughter and my family, stuff like that. Playing some Street Fighter on the side, preferably Ultra, but I'll throw in some Street Fighter 5 in there. Yeah. Going to eat at one of my favorite restaurants and then closing it off with the missus and some passionate lovemaking. That's the best. That's the best. And then falling asleep in the middle of the lovemaking. But yeah, I'm very, for me, I find like I'm one of those dudes, like I enjoy my alone time like anybody else, but I have more fun like with my family. Like if I could see the expression on their faces, like when we're experiencing stuff, like when I was at Evo, it was great. Don't get me wrong. I loved it. But the whole time I was wishing that people were with me. Like, man, I wish I could have brought my son. I wish I could have brought my wife. I wish even Dirty Low and all them were there. Like, because I don't know. It just gives me a joy to have other people experience the stuff. And if I'm with you, experience it with during my day, that's the best, like I always like just being around people, especially in my family, It don't
happen. I see some of the families out. Sacco brings his wife
and kids. It's awesome, man. Every now and then you see a whole fucking litter of people. Oh, this is my family. It's a dad, mom, and I'm like, oh shit, you guys are all out here. It's an awesome thing. If you can make a trip out of it and stuff like that, to me, that's perfect. Like if family's not involved, then there's gonna be something missing. But that's what I enjoy. Like if I could be a successful family man and businessman at the same time, because it's so hard to balance the two. Yeah, like it's super hard, man.
This is the last one.
Boosh.
3-parter, but it's the last one.
Boosh. Yeah.
It's called I Wish, I Wonder. Like I like that I did. I wish I had done. I wonder what would have happened if.
I I wish.
I'll ask them. I'll ask them again as you
like
answered them. But for just the
I
last
wish.
year of your life, like you like that you did. You wish you had
This
done.
last year right here.
Yeah, just the last year. Yeah.
I
So
like
that you did.
I like that my channel is blowing up the way it is. I really like that. Matter of fact, I'm in love with it. I wish I would have did this shit a lot sooner. I wish the knowledge that I have now about how this works, I wish I would have had it years ago, like years ago in my 20s. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wish so bad. Yeah, I wish.
But it comes from all the trials, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, that's another thing right there.
Yeah.
But anytime I see these young cats that have this success, I'm like, oh, you motherfucker. He did it at 19.
I'm still struggling with that shit, but it's almost like you can't even compare your narrative to others. You know, you almost gotta like focus on yourself narrative because that's almost like wasted energy. That being said, I know what you're talking about. I know, I know what you're talking about.
It's one of those things.
Yeah.
But I like one of my favorite comedians is Will Ferrell, and like he started when he was a little older too. Like a lot of people that
Rodney
are famous,
Dangerfield.
Yeah, a lot of people you didn't even know them until they were old. So I always looked at that like as a positive thing. I was like, holy shit, like because a lot of people think, oh, it's too late. It's too late. Like no, like some people like you. Like your road was meant to be at this particular time. Ironically enough, mine happened when I was 40. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, in 38 or something like that. But it didn't hit until I was 40. So it's like a lot of people would look out, because a lot of people we hang out on FGC are young ass kids. Some of them are like 30s, 28. Yeah. But some of them cats, 21, 22, 23. So they hanging out with me. They think I'm their age or I'm 28, something like that. Then I tell my age, like, holy shit, are you serious? I'm surprised you're still alive. Like their mind gets blown up the back of their fucking head when they hear how old I am, because to them, that's ancient.
Yeah.
And then I wonder. I think that's the last one, right?
I wonder what would happen if.
I wonder what would have happened if I never stopped stand-up comedy. Like, because for a while I was supposed to move to LA with a lot of my friends, and they were all strong guys, and I'm not even lying to you, dude. Like 70% of those cats are on Netflix or they're on like TV. And remember we talk about it. He knows a lot of them. I'd be like, yo, it's fucking Dustin. Look at that motherfucker.
The class.
Like, we see these guys in the most horrible situations.
Yeah. They'll be drunk. Like we knew that we grew up with these cats. There was a strong group of guys, and I was thankful to be in their clique. And we all pushed each other. We were just like on competitive this, we were competitive in that. We all tried to blow each other out the water. And they decided to go to Cali. None of them had kids. They all wanted to go. And I made the decision to stay because I had 2 kids here, and I was just like, man, I don't know if I'm willing to take that gamble. And then 2, I didn't really know if I wanted to do that for the rest of my life. All of them knew that's what they wanted to do, and I was like, well, I'm doing it, and I feel like I can do it, but I don't know if this is where my road stops. And I remember I told them that. They were like, what the fuck are you talking about? But anyway, long story short, I stayed, and that's when I started YouTube, because I was like, I have to be creative. I have to get the juices flowing. So I created YouTube. That was my way of trying to be an artist. But I always wonder now and then, because I see them doing that. And I know for sure, this is not even being cocky, but I know I was either strong as them or stronger than some of them. And one of my dudes was on the Tonight Show.
Damn.
Fucking doing his stand-up. And I'm just looking at this guy like, I used to fucking blow that guy out the water, man. And don't get me wrong, he's funny. But I think to myself, like, what if, like, if I did go, would I have been on something? Would I have failed? Like, what would have happened? Probably none of this FGC shit. Like, probably not, because I never would even known about it if it wasn't for Rick. So I would have, and I wouldn't have a family, like straight up. So it'd be like I wouldn't have Katrina and Capri.
I feel like everybody came to hear the most real answer from you.
Everybody
proud now.
So the beautiful thing about I wonder is I don't regret any of that at all. There's no part where like, fuck, I should. There's not one day where I'm like, I regret it. Like, people are like, well, anytime I tell somebody, what, your friends are on Netflix? I was like, yeah. Well, and then people are like, you're fucking dumb. How come we didn't go then? Well, I was like, well, at the time they weren't on Netflix.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe
you don't know. Yeah, you don't know.
Yeah. I was like, but
they're trying to borrow $20 from me.
Yeah. I was like, real talk though. For the best decisions for them, that was for them. For me, it was to stay. Like, even now, if I had to do it over and I had these 2 paths to choose, I feel like this was the better one. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really do. Because now look at what's happening. I'm being successful on my own terms. That's the best feeling ever. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people feel like, well, you can only be successful down one road. Because you didn't go down the road, too bad you missed your shit. That's what I feel. You can't do shit in Dallas. How many times you heard that? You can't do shit in Dallas. There's nothing in Dallas.
I hear that
You
shit
have to
from
go
San
to
Antonio.
LA. You have to go to this.
Yeah.
And now what? Now I'm tasting it. Now I'm there. Now I'm like
You good? They ain't break.
like in my own in my own little box here, in my own profession, I'm getting that where people want to take pictures, people want autographs, it's like it's happening and I didn't have to compromise for it. That's the most beautiful thing in the world, you know? And then that's what it all comes down to. Like, I wonder, but I don't regret it. So it's like, it works. Boosh.
There you go. I feel silly asking this because you're like the bigger one of me, but like, where can the people find you online?
Ernesto Lopez Comedy. If you just Google Ernesto Lopez Comedy, Google's gonna look at you and be like, how do you not know this motherfucker by now? Because he's famous, motherfucker. No,
There you
just
go.
Google.
They don't say, did you mean Ernesto de la Cruz?
Yeah. It'll
It'll
be, did you beam Black Cox? Shout out to Ted too. Yeah. YouTube, Ernesto Lopez Comedy, or Button Check, or Bogus Journeys. Facebook, same thing. Twitter, Ernesto Lopez Jr. But yeah, if you just Google Ernesto Lopez Comedy, it'll pull up all my stuff. But primarily, I remain and dwell on YouTube. The main shows that we're known for is Bogus Journeys, which is me and Dirty Lopez to my right, and Button Check, also that we kind of just was beautifully born out of Bogus Journeys, and now it's skyrocketing. So those are pretty much how you can find us.
There you go, man.
Yes, sir.
Last words?
Thank you for this opportunity, man. Whoever's
thank you for
listening to
doing it.
this,
Yeah.
I don't know what you look like, how you feeling. I don't know where you are, but just do the damn work. Do what you got to do. You heard we were talking about earlier about doing the routine, whatever the fuck you want. One of the best quotes I ever heard is you're going to do you're going and slaving away at a job that you hate every fucking day. You might as well slave at something you love every fucking day. If you're going to slave away, it might as well be at something that you love, because that's it. One day you're going to wake up and you're going to be look forward to your 401k or some bullshit like that, but you're not going to have any joy. At least this way you can look back and be like, I did what I loved and I went for it, because that's the best feeling in the world. So whatever you got to do, grind until you're able to do it full time. That's the key. That's the key to success. That's the key to happiness. So go for it, fail your ass off, and keep failing forward until you're just in the place that you want to be. And big shout out to Boosh, because his dedication is fucking unbelievable. This man just decides to drive around 3 to 4 hours a day to get interviews because it's what he loves.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's crazy. You actually
It's crazy,
I
bro.
drove, man. I
It's
left like at
crazy.
12:30 from San Antonio, and then I parked in Austin, because that's what you do in Austin, right?
Yeah.
You got no choice in that damn 35. But after that, I started driving again.
Right. He's been here before.
to just come interview him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm just gonna
Well,
drive 5
I
hours.
I have to go to Austin, so I was like, if I have to go 1 hour,
yeah, that's true.
let me go 3, if
3,
more,
yeah.
you know? So
3
I
is-
was like,
I
so.
guess that is true. It's like if you saw that.
But like I was telling him, I was messaging a bunch of other people out in Dallas.
Right, to get as much.
Why not? If I'm here now, you know?
If you're here, that is true. If you're gonna
So.
be here, you might as well see where you can get in it.
Yeah, and it's just like,
Yeah, man.
he loves the craft so much that he's like, I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
just gonna fucking do it. And he made a good point because he's from New York. So he's like, I'm used to traveling. I'm used to going. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, how
Yeah, that's
far it
true.
is.
Yeah, you're from.
I have
That's
a
all you
car.
do.
Like, I mean, that's crazy. I couldn't say that the first time. Like, it works too. That's amazing.
So you just used to go because you just on the train and go an hour. over here,
Yeah, that
2
was
hours back.
that makes me cry, because I would love to not have a car and just use public transport.
Right.
Yeah.
But it sucks in San Antonio. It sucks. It sucks
You
real
gotta have a
hard.
car in Texas, man.
Oh, you do.
Yeah,
You do.
just do.
Bruh.
But yeah, man.
Yeah,
thank
but-
you again for doing it.
Thank you, man. Because
Yeah,
I really didn't know what to expect from this.
Yeah.
But you actually helped me out a lot. Like, your dedication kind of like inspired me, man.
Oh,
Because
man.
I'm even competitive with that.
Shit.
Cause like I feel like sometimes when I tell people about what I do, they're like, fuck. Like, even sometimes he's leaving to work, he's like, fuck, you still up? And I'm like, yeah, I'm still up because I'm still doing it. And that actually makes me feel good because I like I like that level of dedication because it's something to be admired. But what you're doing is like, fuck, this guy's doing more than me. Like, I mean, see, like,
Don't worry, look, it's not working, so you're fine. You're fine. Because I know people like both in the industries and not. And my thing is, like, you were talking about stubborn.
Right.
I like more doing what I want instead of like maybe doing what has a better chance of working. But it has to do with what you were saying, right? When it's all at the finish line, you know, what am I trying to do? What I want, or like be unhappy that I sort of made something of whatever.
But you know what, man?
Everything you're doing right now is preparing you for the time when it happens.
Oh yeah.
All
just
those
like you said,
videos,
yeah.
All the years of all the ideas trying to go all that stuff.
So I thank you again for another failed interview.
Thank you. yo, and like I was telling everybody, like, you never know. Like, I never knew that Brian, Markel Panda, that all these guys were going to be running the show years ago.
I remember watching him on Twitch. I remember watching him, the damn 24-hour lobbies Panda used to do. And I'm like, is the same Panda doing all this stuff?
You never, like, and it's all us just becoming homies. It's all us just because you never know what doors they're going to be open for you that they're going to assist you with down the road. Like, there might be something that I see like, oh shit, Boosh would be perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like, you never really, you're literally just growing your network. Like, you're putting in your hustle here. You know, like you say, it's failing and stuff, and I know that was a joke.
Yeah.
I know that was an honest joke.
Yeah.
But because I say the same shit, you know what I'm saying? But in reality, you actually are planting seeds, you know. So it's a really dope hustle that you got going on right now.
Sure. Thank you. All right, that was it. Bake
Right
that
on,
chicken,
y'all.
smoke that turkey, boosh.
Boosh. Smoke that turkey, boosh.
Follow me along.